And Nick, we are going to go on to you next with
Yes.
Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys know, but Hyrule Warriors was one of my favourite games on the Wii U.
Oh, cool.
And I put almost 100 hours into it. And then I got it. I reviewed it for the 3DS in Europe and put another 100 hours into pretty much exactly the same game. And Hyrule Warriors was the biggest shock of the Wii U. Like, I didn't really expect to love it. I got it because it was like Zelda sort of fan fiction kind of like stuff. I thought, I might as well pick it up. And yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fell in love with the gameplay. Just the style. There's a lot of grinding in Warriors games, but Fire Emblem Warriors is... So I decided to play this, first of all. I decided to play this because I wanted a little sort of introduction to Fire Emblem, because I did decide to play it over Christmas when I go home to free houses, so I thought I'd pick up this. I've only played Awakening for 30 to 35 hours. I never finished it.
I didn't finish it either.
But I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed what I played. So I know a few of the characters from this. And, I mean, it's very much a sequel, you could say. It's not really a sequel, but it's kind of like a sequel to Hyrule Warriors. They take the stuff from Hyrule Warriors that because they released 2 versions, and the second one was sort of improved. So they take a lot from that, where you can like team up with characters, and like just basically getting around the map is much easier, and you can give directions to other people and stuff like that and send them off, and then switch characters as well, which, if I remember correctly, you couldn't do in the original Hyrule Warriors. And so yeah, it's just basically a sequel to that, but with a Fire Emblem skin. And I think I'm on about chapter 10 or 11. I'm about 6 or 7 hours in. And the gameplay is faultless. I can't fault it. But the thing that I haven't really enjoyed compared to Hyrule Warriors is it's just my lack of connection, basically, to Fire Emblem as a series. Like, the reason that Hyrule Warriors was so good for me was because it was like reusing all those classic things from the NES games, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and I just don't really have that connection to Fire Emblem where I can enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Hyrule Warriors. Like, stuff like the music, the weapons, the little, like, the tunes and the sounds and everything, and the characters. Like, I think on chapter 11 or 12, and I've got about 13 or 14 characters now, and I just have no idea who to use and who's who, and like what they can do. And that was the thing that I liked about Hyrule Warriors. It was kind of slow at the beginning. Like, you had Link, and then you'd get like Zelda, and you'd get Sheik, you'd get Impa, and then you'd get like Darunia and not Saria, I can't remember. But it was a bit more slow. Like, the introduction was a bit more slow, and you could kind of get used to each character before you tried the next one. But this one is just throwing characters at you. And I found myself trying to stick basically to Chrom and I can't remember the brother and sister who start the game. So it is good, but I think I need to spend a lot more time with it. And the fact that the world doesn't interest me as much as it did in Zelda is putting me off a little bit, but I probably will see the story through to the end. So yeah.
Does it do something interesting like the Zelda version did, Hyrule Warriors did, with the adventure mode? You know, in that it had the NES skin, and it did... Does it do something similar?
It does. But you have to finish the story before you can unlock it, so I'm not quite there yet. That adventure mode was fantastic. It was
I heard good things about that.
Huge. I mean, you can spend 100 hours on that, and I never finished it, but it was insane, the amount of content. And I'm kind of hoping this is as well. But a little tiny part of me is thinking just to bin it and just pick up Hyrule Warriors for the Switch instead. And
because
just go through
Hyrule Warriors has all the DLC and everything in it, doesn't it? Yes, included. Fire Emblem Warriors has DLC, but you'll have to pay extra, is that right?
Yes, it's been on my wish list. I actually bought the game a couple of years ago, but never really got into it, so it's been on my wish list for a while. It's a bit pricey, and I think it's just a few characters, and I think 1 or 2 new maps, so I'm probably not going to bother, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they were smart. They put Thaja, the magician in her, the good-looking girl, the sexy girl, and they put her behind a paywall. It's like, wonder what you're trying to do there.
There is one thing that was really weird though. Like, I think her name is Cordelia. I don't know which Fire Emblem game she's from, but she's like the sexy one in this one, and I had my TV turned up really loud, and when I switch the game on, like, a different character will say Fire Emblem Warriors when it comes on, and she just does it in the most obscene orgasmic voice. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is not what I need. So yeah, that wasn't very pleasant. So, it probably appeals to people who like Fire Emblem, so whatever. Not to me, unfortunately. I prefer Bayonetta.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.